Hello everyone, this is Crystal with Home Content Group. Today I'm with Joyce, Claudia, and Dolores, and they come from AAUW. And AAUW is American Association University of Women. Hi ladies, how are you guys? Good, good. So I would like to know more about the AAUW.
Well, we began in 1922 in Salem. We just celebrated our 100th birthday.
Wow.
And we have over 60 members. We do lots of things in the community, helping women get to college. We have scholarships. We work on climate change and lots of things.
I see. So I know the association been in Salem Branch over 100 years. And can you tell me a little bit about the histories, how this founded, what like back in the days?
Well, two women started in the 1881, and it was primarily to help women get to college because that was not happening. And they had, like I said before, they had to come up with some research to prove that women could go to college but could still think and could still have children. That was the thing. They were afraid that they couldn't have children. Scientists said they could not have children if they went to college.
Wow.
And so they had to first prove that that was not true before they could help women go to college.
Yes, definitely. So Joyce, can you tell me a little bit more? Because I know you guys do events, planning events in the community.
Sure.
What that look like?
Well, we do a lot of community connection things, and Claudia mentioned the climate change.
Mm-hmm.
So we did listen to the proceedings, some of them that happened in the city of Salem, for looking at what Salem can do to help with the climate change problems. And they had certainly discovered that the canopy of the Salem area could be better.
Mm-hmm.
And so we worked with the Salem Parks and Recreation Department,
Mm-hmm.
and we raised some money, and we bought trees, and they matched the amount of trees that we bought. They matched that number.
That's
and we
nice.
were able to plant 33 trees.
Wow.
At the Yoshikai Stevens schools
Yes.
that are in Northeast Salem. And you were there
That's
too.
nice.
Yes. Yay.
That's very nice. It's nice weather too. It's not too cold because I was like expecting windy. But
Yeah, it was a great day, and we even got complimented by the Parks and Recreation people that we did it faster than they expected. You know, some of our members are older, but you know, we really got out there and dug and planted those trees, and there were several varieties of trees, some that are ornamental and some oaks, you know, the big strong oak trees.
So talk about membership. You say right now we have over 60 members. How people it's for women to be a member only, or it's open for anybody, or what's the requirement for being a member?
Well, in membership, the requirement is for education and a degree from either an associate program or from a full college baccalaureate type of degree, or advanced degrees. And we're open to men and women. We have a lot of men in the organization that are spouses, and they have held office in our organization. The men can be the strongest proponents for empowering women and empowering families and doing good things to build and stronger families. And so what else can we say about membership?
Well, we tried to, at our events, we tried to have our materials there and, you know, making sure that everybody that comes, because it's open to the public. So when the event is open to the public, we try to provide all our materials that we can talk to people and see if they're interested in being a member.
I heard included in the membership also there's programs can help with the member too.
I'm not sure what Crystal is thinking about, but many times when we invite public and they come, for example, for the tree planting, they learn about the project, and we got donations from outside of our membership and even got people interested in joining our group because of that. So that we have many projects like Speech Track too, to empower young girls that are in high school. And we may be opening that this next year to all students. And we have a contest where they can earn prizes of $500 for top prize, and $300 for second prize, and $200 for third prize by writing speeches. And we want to see our young people develop leadership.
Definitely.
And the speaking skills are so important to leadership. And so that's been kind of a real feather in our hat for the last 6 years that we've done the Speech Track program. And we collaborate with Chemeketa Community College for that program, and then also for the scholarship that we award. In AAUW, we have college partner members. So we try to interact with colleges, and Dolores does a wonderful job of interacting with Willamette University and doing the Work Start program that has to do with the pay gap and having fair pay for women who work at jobs that are the same as the men, but get paid less.
Yes.
And so I think Dolores is ready to talk about that program too.
Well, I think all of our programs, and I think AAUW in general, is about having women develop skills that they didn't have, and whatever the skill that might be. And the Work Smart is a wage negotiation workshop. And so AAUW National teamed up with Coca-Cola and Luna and a couple other groups to give them money so they could actually put the Work Smart wage negotiation online for free. In doing that, in collaborating with Coca-Cola Foundation and the others, they were able to, there was a goal set. You have to have so many people that have gone online and taken the program, and we surpassed that. So it's open to anybody, any male, female, whatever. They can go online and take a free online workshop.
I see.
And so I'm working with Willamette Atkinson grad students for the last 3 years, and they've been excited. So they find out about the program from the previous president of the organization there, and we're going to continue as long as they want to have our program. And it's so important. I actually give the website out to anybody I meet. When I go to the grocery store, I go to a restaurant, I give them the Work Smart link. I said, this is what you need, because nobody really knows how the interview is going to go. But if you have researched, know what the job pays, and practice and be prepared. So the program is to prepare you for that interview.
Sure.
Because still women make 80 cents on the dollar for men, just starting right out of college.
Right.
So
So
trying to hit at that.
So this goes into the wage gap. So we know that there's a wage gap. Not everybody knows there's a wage gap, but there is a wage gap. And the gender pay gap hits women of color even more. The pay gap and race, ethnicity, Hispanic women make 53 cents while their male counterpart makes $1. Black women make 61% when their counterpart makes $100. And white 77, Asian 85. So there is 83 cents on every dollar is full-time male workers paid. So women make the 83 cents in the male. I get the whole dollar.
Wow. So do we have our goal to set up for the pay gap, or do we have our planning even?
Well, every year there's a equal pay day.
Got it.
And we have done bake sales. So the bake sales, there would be a piece out of the cookie. So the male would have to pay a whole $1 for that cookie.
Yes.
When the women students didn't have to pay. So we're trying to, and this was at Western Oregon University. So we did the bake sale there. And
Nice.
I think the goal is to get as many young people interested and to look at this wage gap
Awareness.
and the Work Smart, because
Mhm.
it is free, you know, and everybody needs skills. I wish they had this when I was,
Yeah,
you know,
they
in
just throw you out
school.
of college. It's like,
Um,
yeah.
So 1 year out of college, women are already paid significantly less than men. And the gap grows. So if she's making less money than the male when she graduates 1 year after, so she's 20, she's 30, she's 40, she's
Mhm.
50, she's 60,
The gap
losing
goes a lot
losing
further.
that money.
Yes.
It affects retirement, it affects Social Security, reflects everything. So when I do this program, I tell them that this is not like for now. You have to think about how this is going to affect you in the future. So
And also for the future, or the new generation. young
Exactly.
generation,
Right.
there's no
Absolutely.
reason. It's fair pay.
That's
and a
right.
huge step,
Yeah.
you know, that was taken in
Yes.
2017. AAUW public policy people, and Dolores and I were both people that testified in the legislature for the Fair Pay Act
Mhm.
in Oregon. And it was just almost a goosebumpy situation when, at the very end of, after all of the sessions to talk about the pluses and minuses of passing this bill, which would make a huge difference for
Yes.
women
Yes.
and their pay, as well as other special classes of people, that it passed unanimously, Republican and Democrat, 100% of the votes.
Yeah.
And the reason was because the senator on the Republican side stood up right before the vote and said, 100 years ago, we had this bill in the legislature. It's 100 years ago.
Mhm.
And so everybody had to vote yes, and they did. It didn't take effect until 2021. And we know that it was, at least for state workers, they got raises. The women got raises. Right away, we have members that were working for the state at the time, and they knew. So that is where the pavement hits the road,
Yes.
is when we have laws that say it must happen.
Yes.
But we're working in every other angle that we can to educate the students at the university that they can start ahead of the game, by facilitation, by knowing how to do their interview and know what they should be paid.
They should. Yes.
Yeah.
We also hold voter and candidate forums with the League of Women Voters to bring issues to the awareness of everybody in the community.
That's great.
So you can go there and hear from real people. What do they really think?
And we've had workshops this past year on how to lobby and how to check the OLIS system to find out what bills are happening and how you can take part in that. A listing of all your representatives and the senators, so that you can contact them directly, and kind of how to form your letter.
Yeah.
So people that are interested in the community and really want to know more about how they can be effective in that way, we have some leadership skills that we can teach them.
That's great.
Yeah. Get involved.
We definitely need a registered senator to hear the voice of the community.
Absolutely.
So on the other hand, I know we're still looking for more volunteers, and then definitely if anybody like to join as a member, right?
Absolutely. And we have lots of opportunities for volunteering. Within our membership, we have the World Beat Festival coming up very soon.
This summer.
June 24th.
We're going to be there.
And Philippines is the country that they're specializing in. And we have about 14 of our members and even a husband that's going to help in the hostess tent. And that is a place where all of the volunteers for the event come for refreshments during the day. And so we've loved that diversity. It was the first time for me to go to the World Beat Festival last year because we volunteered there. And it was wonderful.
Yes.
It was just a wonderful event. So
yeah, we've been going until the pandemic hits and then stuff. But I know last year was the first one after the pandemic. So I'm looking forward this year.
Oh, good.
Oh, great. Yes.
We'll have lots of info about AAUW there.
I don't want to forget about our NICWISL scholarships. And NICWISL stands for National Conference for College Women Student Leaders. That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
So we just say NICWISL.
Okay.
But it is a wonderful conference that's held at the University of Maryland, back on the East Coast,
Okay.
close to Washington, D.C.,
Okay.
where
Starting tomorrow.
it starts
4 days.
tomorrow. And we are sending 7
Wow.
women, college women from Oregon to attend that conference.
Nice.
4 of them are from the Salem area.
Oh, wow.
There's one from Chemeketa and one from Willamette that we are sending from our branch.
Nice.
We pay all expenses that relate to their attendance there. And we have had reports from college students in the past that come back and they say it is life-changing.
Definitely.
They just connect with so many people that are specialists in all kinds of leadership areas. And they hear, world famous people at these events. And so we feel like that's a wonderful investment for our branch to make in our young people.
Yeah, I appreciate all of you coming today and then talked about the organization, because I joined the organization this year. I'm still researching for more, and then knowing every time I read the newsletter, something new I didn't know. So the last question, what do most people don't know about the organization?
I don't even think they know it's here, and we've been around for 140 years, and it's just done so many things. It helped with the UN, and it's civil rights and climate and fair pay. We're not giving up. We still don't have fair pay, but we're still here and still fighting.
And with all of that, we still have fun.
Yes.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we have our interest groups where
No way.
people study books, and read books and share, book reports.
Yes.
And then we have cooking groups. And we are trying to work diversity into all of our angles. So Jean, one of our members, has kind of come up with an international flavor. And we thought we should call it a taste of diversity.
Nice.
It's a good idea.
That's the name.
So we do have fun. In all that we do, we have a good time.
And out to lunch.
Meet people.
You could maybe come,
Yes.
even though you work.
Yeah.
Good to have lunch.
Right. Yes, definitely,
Sure.
definitely. So if you you want to look into, there is a website link below, and then if you have more questions, feel free to contact
And you
any
can
of
always
those
Google
ladies.
Salem AAUW.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we are more happy to have more members and volunteers.
Uh-huh.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Krista.